Open world games have been a staple across nearly every generation of games. It feels like every few years there's one new title that completely takes over, pulling in players for weeks, months, or sometimes even years. These worlds often stick around much longer than developers expect. But why is that? Today, I want to dive into the reasons why gamers get so attached to these alternate worlds, and why open world games continue to dominate. So sit back, form your own opinions while I explain my reasoning. Let me know down in the comments what you think keeps these games alive. Also consider subscribing while you're at it. Now let's get into it. Open world games are often defined by three core features. One is freedom of exploration, meaning the player is not confined to a linear path and can freely explore a large interconnected world. Two is non-linear gameplay, specifically that the player has the ability to undertake quests, find secrets, and pursue goals in a player-determined role. And three is player agency, meaning choices by the player can influence the game world or their experience within it. There's debate about what exactly the first open world game was due to different definitions about how open or large it needs to be. There are tons of contenders though, with the oldest one I found being in 1970, and it's a game called Jet Rocket. This was a Sega arcade game, and while not a video game, it predated the flight simulator genre to give the player free roaming capabilities. The next one in line for this genre of game is D&D in 1975, which was a text-based adventure game that offered non-linear gameplay. However, I think that open world games put themselves on the map in the 80s, more so around the creation of The Legend of Zelda. While it was influenced by a couple of games before it, this was arguably the first major hit based around exploration. It was essentially the first game that took off with an open world concept, selling 4.5 million copies of the game. This made it the 7th best-selling game of the 80s, only behind some Mario titles, Duck Hunt, and Tetris. But it was number one for open world adventure games, which I think is the foundation of the popularity of this genre. The basis of The Legend of Zelda is to navigate overworlds and dungeons, defeat enemies, and collect the 8 fragments of the Triforce to rescue Princess Zelda from Ganon. The addition of a map in the top left corner was an early open world quality of life feature, something we still consider essential today. Similarly to most open world games, the concept hasn't really changed. You navigate an open world, collect various things, and defeat enemies to accomplish your goal. Now, the Legend of Zelda games have remained popular through all of the years up to now, but more games have adopted the open world concept to master the genre. The genre exploded as hardware improved. Titles like Minecraft, Grand Theft Auto V, and Red Dead Redemption 2 pushed open worlds into the mainstream, with Minecraft and GTA 5 sitting at number 1 and number 2 for best-selling games of all time, and Red Dead at number 5. And we can all imagine what GTA 6 will do if it ever gets released in our lifetime. Other heavy hitters like The Witcher 3, Skyrim, Hogwarts Legacy, and Elden Ring have cemented the genre as a cultural force. But what makes some open world games become cultural icons, while others just fade away? I think it comes down to theme and uniqueness. Games like Hogwarts Legacy obviously shoot up the charts because of the already large Harry Potter fanbase. But look at Minecraft. It had no established brand before launch. Its success came from a fresh concept, building and creating in a blocky, infinite world, combined with survival mechanics that set it apart from other sandbox titles. Again, I think it's the theme that made it so popular. Having a challenge incorporated into a game makes it that much more fun, which, if you look back at all the examples I listed earlier, is present in every single game. Another big example is GTA 5. You could explore the world and do whatever challenges you wanted, commit pretty much whatever crime you wanted, and attempt to escape the law whenever you committed said crime. Obviously, these are very basic examples of each game, but you get the idea. So basically what I think makes open world games so popular are a few key aspects. First, you need a direct theme, such as the Wild West theme from Red Dead Redemption. Second, you need a survival or challenge element, such as fighting different enemies or avoiding them throughout the game, eating food to survive, or overcoming various challenges throughout the game. And the last thing I think you need is a unique hook that separates you from other competitors. Let's look at Elden Ring for example. It is yet another fictional world like so many other games, however, it stands out so much due to its incredibly difficult gameplay, mysterious storytelling, and unique bosses. It became a streaming sensation because watching other people struggle through it was just as entertaining as playing through it. But why do these games stick around for so long? Obviously there's lots to do because of the expansive open worlds, but there's only so much you can do, right? Well, lots of these games are susceptible to mods, which keeps the games alive for much longer than anticipated. Go into GTA 5 online for a few minutes, and you might just spontaneously blow up for no reason, or you might see someone riding an alien space bike like they came from the war in New York from the Avengers. Keep in mind that this is a 12-year-old game, and it is still being played all the time because of mods like this. Another example is Skyrim. There are tons of mods for this game, including various skin redesigns, mods to travel faster, and even gameplay mods to start out differently than the game intended. This is still the newest Elder Scrolls game, which came out a whopping 14 years ago, and tons of players are still playing it because of its mods. Various mods like these keep open worlds fresh and give players cool new things to try all the time. Apart from the mods though, why else might players keep playing these games for over a decade? Well, these kinds of games give the players the illusion of freedom. Players feel like they're in control of what happens in the game, rather than playing out the same storyline that millions of other people experience the exact same way. It also gives players the satisfaction of finding secrets and hidden gems within the game that they may think other players could have missed. Think of the different Easter eggs that are found much later down the road from any of your favorite games. These types of games just hook people in, and with the advancement of technology and VR systems, people could feel like they're completely escaping their own world and immerse themselves in an entirely different life. So what's my answer to why open world games remain so popular? Well, for me it's a mix of freedom, survival, and unique themes that set them apart from competitors. That combined with the endless replayability that mods, secrets, and player choice bring to the table. These games don't just give us levels to beat, they give us worlds to live in. And the future of open worlds looks even more exciting. With AI-driven NPCs and the rise in VR, we could be heading towards games that feel more alive and unpredictable than ever before. Imagine worlds where characters remember your actions, quests adapt dynamically to your playstyle, or you step into a headset and feel like you're actually there. We don't know what's next in the new generation of open world gaming, but we can see the trend it's on based on how it's evolved so far. Whether it's the next Elder Scrolls, GTA 6, or something entirely new, the evolution of open world games will only continue to blur the line between reality and virtual worlds. And that is why this genre isn't just sticking around, it's leading the way forward. Open world games don't just reflect where gaming has been, they show us where gaming is going. So now that you sat back and formed your opinions over the course of this video, it's time for you to tell me what you think down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you on the next one.